Hey again, guys. I figured I'd add a little bit of time. I'd do another real quick one for you. Um, I've had some questions. The last video I did was on the strumming. I've had some questions about, learning the new chords and getting your fingers down. So I thought I'd do a little bit on that. We're gonna stick with the D, C, and G because it seems like that's the one that everybody knows. And what I told you in the frequently asked questions video was to make sure your knuckles are bent, right? So you want to, and you want to think of it as you're coming down from the top while you're making the chord, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to learn the chord so it plays, every note. So they all ring clear, and you don't want the one finger to touch the other string. But then when you're switching between chords, one of the things that I used to do was while I was playing the one chord, I'd plan ahead to the next one. So in other words, since I knew the D from like the very beginning when I would learn the new chords, I said, okay, if I'm switching from a D to a C, that means this finger's going back and this fingers are going down. So you plan ahead and try and get them all down at one time. It's going to help you instead of going, I mean, you're going to have to do that at the beginning, but what you want to do is you want to get them down at the same time, right? So, just like I said, this is just a quick tip, but when you're learning new chords, try to picture what I said about coming down from the top. My knuckles are always bent. I'm coming down from the top. The ends of your fingers, the more you play, they're going to get harder. You're going to get calluses on your fingers. It probably hurts right now, and that's going to make it easier to do that too. Somebody also asked me about my thumb. Now, this is some theory that I don't necessarily want to get into, but a lot of times, if you're playing a D, this note is not in the D. So I numb it. I keep saying numb it. I muffle it so I can't hear it. It's not in the early stages. It's not going to make that huge of a difference. But I like to use this finger to muffle the strings that I don't want to use, and that's why I play with my thumb around. Some people, they teach you to play always with your thumb back. So then if you were to play a D, you'd have to start here and play like that. But I like to use the thumb, and also sometimes I use it to actually play a note. There's a D chord that you can play with an F sharp in the bass, right? So that's why that's whoever asked me that. That's why my thumb is out. But you don't necessarily need to worry about that right now. Anyway, this video is actually a little bit longer than I had planned, but that's just what I wanted to show you. When you're learning new chords, picture it coming down from the top, and work on getting all the fingers down at once. And start on a chord you know, and try to switch to the next chord you know. See how my fingers are going down all at once, right? And then of course you got your F, which everybody hates. But actually, in one of my capo videos, I explained too that if you use a capo and watch that video, it'll explain it. A lot of the chords, when you're learning them, are a lot easier to learn if they're if you're using that capo. So anyway, thanks for coming, and looks like maybe we'll have 2 videos come out today, so that's cool. Let's see what happens. Okay, take it easy.